Hello, my name is Ben Cass, Executive Chef here at Hampshire Hills and the Hills Restaurant and Event Center. Today I'm going to make you one of my favorite desserts. It's honey whipped mascarpone with fresh berries and a raspberry charmbord coulis. So first thing we're going to need 6 ounces of raspberries. These are frozen. You can use fresh when they're at the peak of season, but honestly the frozen ones are a little bit better for this. 1/4 cup of sugar. And then 2 tablespoons of charmbord liqueur. The liqueur is optional if for whatever reason you don't want it or can't have it. And all we're going to do is just bring this up to a rapid boil. You want to keep stirring it pretty continuously so it doesn't stick. A good heavy bottom saucepan is ideal for this. And it's super quick. As soon as this comes up to a boil, we're just going to let it simmer for a moment, stir it to kind of break up the fruit a little bit. Make sure the sugars are all properly dissolved. And then we'll set it to strain while we're making the rest of the dessert. This is a great dessert that can be made well in advance. So if you're having a dinner party or just want to have a late night treat in the refrigerator at all given times, this is a good one to have. Alright, so it's come up to a boil. You can see the fruit is pretty well dissolved. All the sugar is now fully dissolved. Just look for any berries that haven't been fully broken up. And that's it. And what we use here is just a chinois china cap strainer. Just a fine mesh strainer. Try to get as much of that out as we can. If you don't have a strainer like this, if you have cheesecloth or just get a piece from the grocery store, you can line pretty much any colander and it'll do essentially the same thing for you. So what we can do now is we'll just set this aside in a safe spot to get the remaining liquid out of there. Okay, so now we're going to make the whipped mascarpone. So this is 1 pound of mascarpone cheese. You can find it at nearly any grocery store. This is going to make enough for easily 4 to 6 people. And it does hold well for several days. So if you want to make it in advance or just enjoy it over the course of the week. I use a KitchenAid mixer to mix it. You can mix this by hand, but I find the finished texture is significantly better when you use the KitchenAid. We have a 1/4 cup of honey. And then a tablespoon of vanilla. Use real vanilla, not imitation. And add the whip attachment. Okay, we've got everything in our KitchenAid. I just started on low speed, just so you don't have an eruption all over your counter. Once it starts to mix, you can gradually increase your speed. Then at about halfway through, it's good to scrape the bowl down. Make sure everything's fully incorporated. Okay, we're going to turn this on high for approximately a minute, and this is where the beauty of the KitchenAid comes in versus your own arm. This machine can certainly outwork me. And we're just looking for it to get basically the texture of firmly whipped cream. It'll aerate the mascarpone, give it a beautiful creamy texture. And we are there. For assembly, there's a myriad of different ways you could go about this. I like these beautiful Cosmo glasses, and we've got some fresh local berries right now. And how we like to plate it here is we just take some fresh berries. You can use really any kind of fruit that suits you or what's locally available. And I like to just layer them. So we've we've got the fruit. We've got that beautiful coulis that we made. Put a little bit on there. And then the mascarpone. Put a dollop in. And we'll just keep layering in. This is also a great dessert for anybody with food allergies, as it is gluten-free. I enjoy it mostly because it's delicious. And then one more layer of fruit on top. A little bit more of our coulis. You could also top this off, as we do here at the Hills, with a little bit of whipped cream on the top. But to me, you almost don't need it. I think it almost covers the taste of the mascarpone and the beautiful, sweet, rich flavor of the berries and the coulis. And there you have it.